Green to Stay Eco, Bounty News, the news with a tinge of mutiny, and just following up on our series going after the establishment. We just want to do a quick video, and the topic of the day, this little video, short video, is called loyalty. Particularly here in Australia, it's a message for our fellow Australians. Loyalty, such a great quality, and there's different types of loyalty. There's like family loyalty, personal loyalty with say your friends or an acquaintance, or loyalty to a principle. But the loyalty that we want to just briefly discuss today is like loyalty to a brand, or loyalty to a political party, or loyalty to, say, a media outlet, or a certain sort of, maybe it's loyalty to a line of patriotic reasoning. Okay, so the big loyalty, not so much the personal loyalty. And the message is particularly, well, to everyone, but to here in Australia, we think it's time to stop being a schmuck with your loyalty. And what are we trying to say by that? We're trying to say that stop giving loyalty to those that aren't worthy of it. We're not saying you have to go and attack them in any way, verbally or physically, but stop supporting with loyalty entities that aren't entitled to it. I'll give you an example. Say you are lined up, say your parents were lined up with a certain political persuasion, right? And in the course of time, they passed on that certain political ideology onto you. Now, say you're a middle-aged person, you know, over 35, 40, and for most of your life, you have given allegiance to a political party, okay, over certain decades, which, in the big scheme of things, reflecting on, say, the increase of knowledge, technology, wealth, and say over the course of 40 years, this certain political party has failed to deliver or progress ideals and actions which would improve the lives and, to a certain extent, your fellow countrymen, you know, your country itself. Say over the course of 40 years you've been supporting this certain political persuasion, which, well, let's face it, in the West here, a lot of our politics has been dominated by two parties. So what we're trying to say is, why continue to be a schmuck and give loyalty to a certain party that has not improved your own personal situation, say the ecology, say they've failed to act on data, which is persuasive to say that a certain course of industry or a certain course of actions has failed to protect the environment in that political party. Why continue to give loyalty to brands and ideologies, and in particular when these certain parties or brands or ideologies have been able to accumulate quite a lot of wealth? You know, with big responsibility and with big wealth, there should be certain progressive standards that improve not just that brand, not just the board members or the leaders of that brand or political party. There should be a certain measure or a certain guideline or certain statistics that reveal whether that brand or whether that political party has been successful in delivering. So say you're following a certain political party what is their reputation in say the measurement of the success in making sure that everybody has employment, making sure that everybody has affordable housing, making sure that everyone has access to suitable transport, and such standards as those. So what we're trying to say is, say your political party has failed to deliver on any of these certain guidelines, you don't need to continue to be loyal to them. Okay, you don't have to be a schmuck and continue to support brands or ideologies or political parties which have accumulated masses of wealth at your behalf and at your fellow citizens' behalf in gaining success. Why do you have to keep supporting that brand? Why can't you switch an allegiance? Why can't you demand better results? There's a lot of that in the world today. Branding. I mean, I have brands myself, and I like to use branding myself. But I hold myself to certain guidelines and certain standards, which I have to prove and justify the existence of those brands surviving. But that doesn't seem to be the case today. So a measure of loyalty is warranted under the understanding that that brand or that allegiance or that political party is delivering. Take loyalty to certain brands. Look at the track record of that brand. If it's an industry that, to say, makes running shoes, how's the reputation? How's the social credit score of that brand in the way of profits? And what kind of conditions, say, the workers of that brand are being shared with the workers, so to speak, or even the communities? Does that certain brand, use like slave labor in some developing country and then sell their products for exuberant prices? Why be loyal to it? Why give your allegiance to those types of people? So yeah, we just want to make that quick video to get people thinking about the brands and the ideologies that they hold allegiance to. If they're if they're not measuring up to certain responsible guidelines which deliver not just for the people who own the brand or the directors, how's its reputation with the workers who produce the products of that brand? How is it with the communities where the factories where that brand is? Is it worthy of your loyalty? Is it worthy of your allegiance? So anyway, we just want to make that quick video going after the establishment, because there seems to be a lot of loyalty given to brands which, that loyalty is not being reciprocated back to the customers in the way they treat their workers or in the way they treat the communities where their factories are. Yeah, so we just want to leave it at that. Talking about loyalty, that's something we all need to keep meditating about and reflecting on, but particularly in the West and here in Australia. I'm here in Australia, so maybe we could all, examine some of our loyalties and whether these certain entities are worthy of our loyalty. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Green to Stay Eco, Bounty News, the news with a tinge of mutiny, going after the establishment, signing out.